Hola, compadres. Jake with BulletSafe Bulletproof Vest. As always, my good friend Bob. Welcome to today's episode of How Bulletproof. All right, so we're going to change things up a little bit on today's episode. We're used to slinging gunpowder and lead here at Bob, but instead today we're going to test the stab and slash resistant of the BulletSafe VP3 Vest. We're going to take everyday household items such as a ice pick and a chef's knife. Then we're going to kick it up a little bit, get a little interesting, see how great this protection is. We're going to take things like this here Bowie knife, maybe even a tactical Tomahawk, see how the vest does. So to get things kicked off, we're going to start with what is known as the soft armor killer, the classic ice pick. Now, because of its pointy end and small diameter, normally with the soft armor vest, this is able to make its way through the materials and make it to the user. The question is, can it make it through a VP3? We ain't getting through that. Next up, we got a weapon everybody pretty much has access to. It's the personal favorite of the Ghostface Killer, the classic 8-inch chef's knife. Next up, the official blade of the United States Marine Corps, the K-bar knife. Alrighty, next, we've got the classic Bowie knife. Now, I've actually personally dispatched hogs with this knife before, so I know it is deadly. Let's see how the VP3 takes it. Before we move on to the slash part of the video, we just wanted to make sure that none of those stabs actually made it through. It's nothing through on the back. Let's go ahead and pull out that panel just to make sure none of those stabs made it through. Looking at this thing off the bat, you can see we definitely had some go through the carrier. That's expected, but the important part is that it didn't make it through the material. As you can see on the back, I'm not seeing any tears or punctures here. The label's good to go, so I think we're good to go ahead and move on to the slash part of the video. Now that we've seen that the VP3 can stand up to a lot of stabs from different household items, it's time to move on to the slash portion of this vest. We're going to get things kicked off with the box cutter, razor sharp, brand new. Let's see how the VP3 does. As you can see here, that razor blade did some pretty significant damage to the carrier. Good news is even though it made it to our first layer of aramid materials, it is basically unscathed. We've got a little bit of a mark there, but defended perfectly against that box cutter. Next up, you got your meat cleaver here, another household item. All right, next up, we got your classic camping hatchet here. I want to thank my dad for actually sharpening this not too long ago. Next up, we've got some real crazy stuff here. I honestly don't even know what to call this. It's a Trojan tactical Tomahawk, I would say. Does it look like I'm hitting the shit out of this thing? Because I feel like I'm hitting the shit out of this thing. As you saw in the video, we took just about every weapon you could possibly imagine. Things that are normally found in everyday household, even some crazier stuff out there. Gave it all on this VP3 vest. Now, obviously the front is a bit tore up. You can see some aramid material layers here that have been compromised. The good news is it seems like it's just that outer layer that took the brunt of that damage. You got some cuts and some nicks on that inner layer, but the important thing is none of those stabs and none of those slashes made it through to the body of the wearer of this VP3 vest. And just to prove that none of those stabs or slash made it through the VP3, we're gonna go take it off, check the back out. So like we said previously, front of this thing, first couple layers are cut, nicked, but no slashes or stabs made it through the vest whatsoever. So feel confident, y'all, whenever you're wearing a VP3 level 3A bulletproof vest, you're gonna be protected not only from all handgun calibers up to a 44 Magnum, but you're gonna be protected from most stabs and slashes from bladed weapons, just like we showed today. Thanks for tuning in to another episode. I'm Jake, BulletSafe Bulletproof Vest. Y'all stay safe out there.